Timestamp June 4th, 2026. It's almost 6 a.m. I've been up for a couple hours now. I don't know if they're done. I have two cats that have the zoomies currently, and a confused dog, which it always makes me laugh because it's like you get the zoomies every now and then too. So don't look like what's happening right now. I'm so confused. Yeah, well, you stick your face near them and they will do that. Yeah. He was attempting to groom Janus, and Janus was um, performing acupuncture, I guess would be a nice way of putting it. Health check. I am so congested. I have had to cough and blow my nose a lot. You can probably hear the yeah. My throat feels fine, so if you know some of the things that I've been concerned about, that's cool. Because my understanding is that would be kind of a constant. So hopefully it's not that. It's just I picked up something. I don't know. Pix came over yesterday. She's supposed to come over today. Yesterday when she came over, she had just been to the VA, and she got a COVID booster and a pneumonia vax, which that was nice of her. Because she told me, she's like, I got that actually for you because I know that, I'm like, yeah, because pneumonia can kind of kill me, actually. That's one thing with emphysema. Pneumonia and other chest infections, whatnot, pneumonia is already a killer. Okay? It already is. And I acknowledge that. But with emphysema, with the decreased lung ability, capacity, all that. Hear that? Yeah. It can really kill me. So, just as an FYI, if you have emphysema or someone you know does, pneumonia and other things that might just be, because I'm aware that even without it, it can still kill you. But things that might be a lot easier to fight or manageable, whatnot, can be lethal. So, that's concerning, clearly. Yeah. So we ran a couple errands. I took stuff to post office. We did some stuff around here, looking through like wrapping paper. Because I found two giant, unironically, Cracker Barrel like takeout bags, the huge ones that you can like put a small child in, full of used gift boxes and tissue paper. Now, I did save a few, and she saved a few. Not because we need the gift boxes, but because the actual, like, splash art on it was something that could be used from a crafting standpoint. Show you. Found a couple other interesting things yesterday, too. Interesting to me. I don't know if you'll find it interesting or not. But, there's a pack of gift tags, some basic tissue paper too, which that can always be useful from a crafting standpoint. Not even sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but like that box there, I may actually cut that out and use it as some kind of a like wall display for a Christmas scene or something like that. It almost looked like window art to me, like the window chalk that you would do. So I thought that might be kind of fun, or like a little kid's drawing. I'm not saying it's like a hideous drawing or anything like that, but it's kind of the almost large scale art that you might see as like a mural or something in like a shopping mall. You know, really old school, non-detailed kind of stuff. I was like, yeah, it might be, yeah, I can make that work. But yeah, just tons of stuff that we're throwing out because it's like little scraps of wrapping paper and other stuff that no. But my mom never saw a piece of paper she didn't want to save. So, Home Shopping Network receipts from 1992. I mean, come on. Anything there is way out of warranty. All of it. Every bit of it. I guarantee it. So, I'm going to grab some coffee here because yikes. Not my favorite, but I like it. It's quirky. Doing some Bugs Bunny action. I love this mug. Heavy too. It's that quality stoneware. So at Aldi today, picked up a couple of saw them and was like kind of dismissive. I'm like, no, we'll try those. And I know that's got to be, yeah, that's opened. Probably Alex made it. The Aldi brand Barismo or whatever. Banana split ice cream coffee. Yeah, it's fun. It's different. Und mint chocolate chip ice cream. I don't know. But she saw them on the shelf and was like, huh, look at that. I'm like, let's try that. Need to pick up some coffee anyway. We're actually getting lean for us, which is a terrifying place to be. What's that commercial? The country runs on Dunkin'. Haas Wolf King runs on coffee. Don't. So, in the box of books that was non-wet, I found this. New leather. At first I thought, oh, it's a Bible. It's not a Bible. The works of Shakespeare. Shakespeare. I'm kidding. Works of Shakespeare. It's actually, that's pretty old school right there. The tabs. You can go right to a work. I mean, I'm used to the second part of King Henry VI. Complete works. I mean, that's not printed last year. Does it actually have a print date in here? Apparently this was owned by Julia Pearson. I apologize, I have your book. If you're the first owner, you might already be gone though. Because this is clearly not by Simon & Schuster in the spring of 2023. It's got some damage to it. I mean, it's not, it's, but a lot of old books do, It's part of the charm. Printed by Walter J. Black Incorporated. Printed in the United States of America. Because there's nothing more American than Shakespeare. To be or not to be's. What if I want 3 of them? And are we ever going to get around to C and D, or are we just stopping there? That's about all I know. I think there's like a vowel. Isn't that what they call it? Or is that when you go poop? That's the next one, though. Uh, anyway. I never said I was, like, mentally fit for anything. I don't know what you're worried about. The Winter's Tale. The Taming of the Shrew. As you like it. Beautiful. Pretty cool. That's going on my bookshelf. Look at that, it's got like a... Love it. Genuine, love it. Now this is in hideous condition. I acknowledge that freely. So the title of the book, as you can clearly not read it here, is Family Receipts. Something's really funny. I'm gonna open the book. It's got problems, I know that. But it's allowed to because I broke it. There we go. This was printed in, if I can turn the page without removing it. So, it says Family Receipts on the cover, which then the inside cover, the household guide or domestic cyclopedia, a practical family physician, home remedies and home treatment on all diseases. Also, a complete cookbook. Published in 1897. Colic, asthma, lung fever, or pneumonia. That's topical, right? Constipation. No, I'm good there. Nervousness. I mean, everything you can imagine that might be in this section on Chinese doctors. Homeopathic medicines. This is circa 1890s. Coffee, a good cup of tea, and the complete cookbooks. It's just like what I'm getting at, though. Number one, this is incredibly cool. And also, that cover is on there a little bit better than the front cover, but not by much. How to take the measurements for a suit of clothes. This has got like everything. Like old school. Like prepping kind of. Holy shit. This. Do not be fooled by its commonplace appearance. Like so many things. It is not what is on the outside that matters. So, the cover, obviously, cute little kitty. For you, Grandma, on Mother's Day. With hugs and kisses, Grandma dear. And I want you to know you're just as nice as you can be. That's why I love you so. Happy Mother's Day. It's signed by my mom, my aunt, and my uncle. This was a Mother's Day card to my grandmother from my mom, my aunt, and my uncle. Probably copyright American Greeting Pub, Inc. I don't know when, but if I were to take a guess, because it's for you, Grandma, on Mother's Day, a while ago, probably 60s, right after my mom, probably after either Richard or Betty had reproduced and thus created a grandma situation. So this is a Mother's Day card to my grandmother, probably early 60s. It's pretty cool. It's cute too. It's cute. And the fact that it was tucked in this book, do the math with me on this. That makes me think, because that would be a way that someone might preserve something that was important to them, right? You tuck it in one of the books that you have. I'm catching up. So this was probably on my grandma's shelf. This was probably one of her go-to, like the old guides, being a single mom in the 40s. That's really cool. That's really cool. So, when my Uncle Richard got sick, my grandmother probably consulted this book, being a very independent single mom in the 40s. In the middle of World War II, when it wasn't necessarily easy to go get your kid to a doctor. And people home treated a lot too, just because we were more independent. You don't Google it. You look in your book. Right? This was probably one of my grandmother's go-to reference books, which would also explain the condition after all these years. I mean, it's from 1890 something, so I wouldn't expect it would be pristine leather, You get the gist though, right? That's really cool. That's really cool. Card might be from the 70s, maybe. It's probably from the 60s though. My mom was the baby. born in 1940. Sister Betty, who I still don't know if she's still out there or not, to be quite frank. I called every number I could think of. I don't really have any addresses on file because my mom hid or got rid of all that kind of information, so I'm in the dark here. I've done online searches, but it's not an unusual name, so great. Aunt Betty, I want to say, was like 3 or 4 years older than my mom, so she would have been born in like 36, 37. My Uncle Richard, the oldest, aka the wild child, apparently he was rather rebellious and got into a lot of trouble. Also had problems with alcoholism, and strangely enough died from some kind of liver thing. Weird, right? You wouldn't think that would happen. But he was even older, so he would have been born probably in 34. A couple years older than Betty. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I met him at my first wedding. I was married once before. In 91, I met him at my wedding, and he died like a year or two later. He had calmed down by then, but I'm sure, based on the liver issues and whatnot, he did the damage, earlier in life and never, sometimes you pay for things you did when you were younger. To me, that's a really cool find. I have my grandmother's grimoire, basically. From an astrology standpoint, if you're into that, she was a Cancer, which, being a single mom, that's a good sign to be. It's considered by most to be the mother of the zodiac, so you're off to a good start, astrologically speaking. It's like being a single dad. Capricorn is considered the father of the zodiac, so we're pretty good at that kind of thing. Believe it or not, my back is twinging. Nope, didn't help. But yeah, I was kind of looking at the books. That one I could tell it was old, and I flipping, kind of my whole, what is this? And then I found the card, read the names, and went, oh, wow. Well, I know who it was from, so I know who it was to. Which tells me whose book this was. Okay. Because their grandmother was already gone. It wasn't to my grandmother's mother. My grandma was pretty much alone. Her husband had, I guess it was a divorce. He didn't die heroically in the war or anything like that. He just, I've never been able to get confirmation of this, but I think he woke up one day and went, I got 3 kids? No, I'm out of here. Men can be kind of shitty that way. Kids are your problem, Thanks. You were there when the some men run for the door. It's a nice change, but I couldn't drink it every day. I'd want something else going on. It's very much a like banana split with coffee kind of flavor. It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's almost like a dessert coffee. Like a, I couldn't drink this every day as my staple. I would demand real coffee kind of thing. It's decent though. Yeah, yeah. And the mint chocolate chip ice cream might be the same way. I'll let you know. Still fun though. It's different. Every like seventh pot or something like that, just to change it up. Working on my list. I found a couple of notepads in with the oh my god, keep every paper stacks that are in my mom's crap. It's kind of a fun notepad. I mean, it's obviously medical based. I don't know if you can see the like watermarking on there. It's like a, yeah, there we go. Like a rib cage kind of thing going on. But notepad. That's great. Working on my list. I need to make some more egg salad. I boiled up a couple dozen eggs before I went to bed. I turned it off and put the eggs away before I didn't leave it on the stove. I'm a little bit more responsible than that, okay? Kaiser is probably walking across my mom's piano right now, based on that sound. But Pix let me know that she was out of the egg salad that I made for her. Like, okay, you need me to make more egg salad, I can do that. And I'll make some for here too. I did a big, medium double batch last week, and it got it. So I'm going to go a little bigger this time. Try and keep my girl fed. Well, my list. Yep. I still need to do something with the Grammy's sweet oatmeal and the Aztec chili with mango. I haven't made that yet. I'll probably do that over the weekend. The Grammy's oatmeal I'll probably do in the next day or two though. I'm hopeful that it's not going to be weird, not have an aftertaste, just because oatmeal's, well, I have had some packaged oatmeal that had a weird aftertaste to it. I'm hoping that doesn't. If it does, we'll sell it, but it would be nice if it was cool, good, but I'm still going to fruit it up or something. I've got blueberries in there, I've got blackberries, strawberries, banana. I'll make something exciting happen here. Because I'm not just going to do the oatmeal by itself. That would, I could do cinnamon and honey, whatnot, but throw some fruit in there, some antioxidants or something. I still want to cut those foam boards and make my walls. I'm really trying, it's like a reward. I'm trying to get stuff done before I reward myself with getting to work on my dollhouse stuff. But I know I need to work on that stuff too. Just because I need the release of doing, the fun stuff. Exactly, I know. Beanie Babies. I've got just under 50 listings on my eBay. A couple of them have a couple of views. No watchers, no bids. I'm a little concerned about that. Alright, I'm a lot concerned about that. I got 80 totes. I probably have over 10,000 Beanie Babies. Guessing. drowning in footwear. You know, I gotta do something with this. It's crazy. I was really hoping that they would, you know, catch fire on, not literally, you know, on eBay, but I don't know that that's gonna work out. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna list a few more, dozen, because I got them, and I'm sure I've got some that'll sell. Like I've got a whole bunch of the Princess Bear and stuff like that. I'm sure those will sell. But yeah. I mean, I can do some just gigantic mix lots and try and bulk dump it. I was hoping for better results than that. I don't know. I'm still figuring out what I want to do. But I'm going to let it ride. I'm going to add to it and let it ride for a month or two. But I may need to pivot to my financial plans there, just because this is not a good audition, you know. I know you want the part, but mm, 80 totes. Probably 10,000-12,000 of them. Yeah. Different sizes. They're not all the little ones. Some of them are the bigger ones. But I showed you the other day, like the platypus and the frog and whatnot. I got some bears that are that size too, and a bunch of cats and bunnies, and yeah. And I did list some of those too. I'm not trying to list a little bit of everything. The idea of the smaller ones, the bigger ones. Is there one that's more? Do people not care about the little ones, but the bigger ones, people really like those, and I can sell them online, whatever. But I don't know. I am concerned. That's the sound of my brain. It's growing on me, but I still couldn't drink it for every pot. So, right, Jock? I agree. Yeah, so I did reorganize the pantry shelves out in the garage yesterday too. I still need to go through and do my FIFO dating, but everything is at least together by type. So we're off to a good start there. Got some legal correspondence I need to get out today, which shouldn't be an issue. It's a matter of me printing a letter, folding it, and putting it in an envelope. Ooh, rocket science. Yeah. Dishes out, dishes in. Junk towels, laundry, normal domestic stuff. But I wanted to share those books. I was like, the Shakespeare, and then I think my grandma's reference guide as like single mom, independent woman. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. I always liked my grandma a lot. She lived in Virginia, so we didn't see her that often. She'd come down for holidays and, Thanksgiving, Christmas, that kind of stuff. Didn't see her that much, but we corresponded a fair amount when I was younger. And I respect the hell out of her. Because being a single mom, I've known quite a few. It's a tough job. It's a real tough job. And she was doing that during that little old thing called World War II. She just popped out her third kid at the beginning of the war. My mom. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah, I got this. She was incredibly loving and also incredibly tough. You know, her environment made her. But yeah, I respect the hell out of her. She's been gone for a while now, of course, but made it into her early 90s, I think. Early to mid 90s. I think she's like 94. Yeah, my mom said that she wanted to beat her mom's, you know, record, as it were, but then wasn't living right. So you can't put brownie brittle on top of your ice cream as a diabetic. There's so many things to take apart there, right? You're a diabetic, you have a bowl of ice cream, and then you put brownie brittle on top. Oh boy. Yeah. She kind of ate herself to death to a degree. Choices, right? I'm trying to correct some of my choices, but I'm actually trying. You know. Anyway, I'm gonna call it here and get on with it. Making some huge progress in that garage. It's encouraging. It's nice when you see results, right? Helps fuel further actions. And with everything around here, it's harder to notice results sometimes because of the magnitude of the slide puzzle that is Leonardo Station. You know, you fix 0.1% and you take a step back and you can't tell. And you're like, but I did stuff all week. You can't tell. Because the pile of needles is still the pile of needles, you know. So, looking at a 2-brick day. I got this. Sinuses are still just, bleh. I can hear it. I can hear it when I talk. Alright. I'm gonna get to work. You should do the same. Damn it. So, you know the spiel by now, or if you don't, welcome. Hi, how you doing? I'm Marcus Wolfking. And this is my world. Yeah, so, hug your parents. Hug your grandparents if that's what you got. That's okay too. Hug your kids. Don't give them brownie brittle on top of their ice cream when they're diabetic. Train them a little better when they're young, you know. Nah, it was all her as a grown-up making choices because she could. Okay. Yeah, you can. You don't have to eat healthy. You can destroy several different organs in your body. That's fine. You can. You have that right. Stupid, but you have that right. Anyway. A little secondary rant there. You know, it's free. It's been a hell of a 3 years. Alright. Make it a great day.